Thanks Under Lucky Stars for sponsoring this video. For today's cook, I'll be doing something that I never thought was possible. I'm seasoning steak with steaks. To be specific, steak dust. Now this is an extremely complicated process, but most importantly, is this gonna turn out good? Because this is the steak dust experiment, so let's do it. In order to make steak dust, the first thing you need to do is cook a steak. And for today, I chose these two beautiful skirt steaks. The first thing to do is to get them seasoned. A little bit of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. And to cook them, I chose 3 ingredients: butter, garlic, and thyme. And I have a feeling creating steak dust out of this is gonna be phenomenal. As you can see, I started by searing it first. This is the wonderful thing about cooking skirt steaks. They cook real quick. See that golden brown crust? That is flavor, friends. Once that was achieved, I immediately went in with the butter, garlic, and thyme. And of course, you know that one of the best things you can do to steaks is to let everything melt and then start basting them. Keeping an eye on the temperature and continual basting is the way to go. Because once I was done, I immediately took them out and poured everything right on top. Now that is a perfectly cooked skirt steak. But now to turn this into dust. And for that, I'm going to be using a process that it's called freeze dry. The process is extremely fascinating. You see, the first thing that it does is it freezes everything. And as it's doing that, it will remove all of the moisture from the steak. And most importantly, keep the shape exactly as is. So now that we went in, it got me thinking, since this process takes 2 days, let's go ahead and make another one. That way we're gonna have a true comparison. As you can see, I cook it the same exact way, but no butter basting this time. As once I was done, I threw in some portobello mushrooms. You see, the wonderful thing about mushrooms is that it has a lot of umami flavor. So my guess is that if we freeze dry this, it's going to be phenomenal. Well, that is to be determined real shortly. Because once everything was fully cooked, I went ahead and put it on the freeze dryer tray, and now the only thing left to do is to wait for 2 days. Once the time was up, I took it out and look, this is a freeze-dried steak. It almost looks identical to when it went in. And if you hold this steak in your hand, it is exactly like styrofoam. But let me show you the inside. And most importantly, listen to this. That is a freeze-dry steak. There is zero moisture, and if I try to bake it apart, just like potato chips. This should be perfect to go along with some steaks. I never thought I would say that. Seasoning steak with steaks. Now the garlic went to the same exact process. It is completely dry. Same thing happened with the mushrooms. The thyme, on the other hand, take a look. It seems like it absorbed all of the fat. So I'm afraid if I put this in, it's not gonna be powdery. That is not what we want. Now to turn it into dust, it's very simple. The first one, I threw in the steaks in my blender, followed by the garlic. Closed the lid, turned everything on, and made everything into a powder. This is steak dust with thyme, garlic, and butter. As you can see, it turned out perfect. A closer look, you can really tell that this is not a regular seasoning. And I wish you could smell this. Remember, we still have a second one as well, but this one is only steak and mushrooms. Threw it in there, made everything into a powder, and that's it. And I have a feeling this one even worked a little bit better. That's because there was no butter, so the moisture content is way lower. And for some odd reason, this one smells a lot better than the previous one. But now that we got both of our steak seasoning, the next thing to do is to put them on some steaks. And for that, I chose these beautiful prime ribeye steaks. I mean, come on, take a look at them. The ratio between marbling and fat is phenomenal. Now, because we have 3 steaks, we gotta have a control. So for this very first one, I only seasoned it with salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder, keeping it as simple as possible. The second one, on the other hand, I first started by seasoning it with salt. Then I went with the steak dust that contains steak, butter, thyme, and garlic. But as I put it on the steak, take a look at this. Unlike seasoning, it does not stick very well. So I went ahead with my tongs and pressed it down as much as I could. Now that is a lot better. As you can imagine, the third one, I did the same exact thing. But this is the one with the mushrooms. And there we have it, the steak dust experiment. The big question is which one is going to turn out better. But of course, to go along with these beautiful steaks, I gotta have a side dish. And this one is phenomenal. And most importantly, super easy to make. The first thing to do is to cut up some potatoes. Then into a tray, I threw in some olive oil and immediately place all of them in there. Then I added a little bit more of olive oil right on top. For the seasoning, I went with salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and Korean chili flakes. I'm telling you, this one is super easy. Now I threw it in the oven in bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. As it was cooking, I went ahead and cooked up some bacon. We want this to render a good amount of fat. As you can see, once it starts foaming up like this, it means that it's ready. The only thing left is to separate the bacon fat from the bacon. In the end, I was left with perfect bacon bits. And by this time, my potatoes were fully cooked. Take a look. They are right now extremely soft, but at the same time, the bottom is almost like deep fried. As the next thing to do is to make them even better by adding a little bit of cheese. All we want is to throw it back in the oven so that it can melt. As that was happening, it was time to make a white sauce. Into a bowl, I threw in some sour cream, followed by prepared horseradish. Mix everything well, then I season it with salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper. Mix it once again, and now it was ready. And by this time, my cheese were fully melted. Take a look. Now that they're fully cooked, the only thing left to do is to assemble. And for that, I pour a good amount of white sauce right on top, followed by the bacon, and finish it off with some green onions. I did the same exact thing to all of them, because once I was done, take a look. The perfect side dish to go along with steaks. Now this is phenomenal. But now going back to our experiment, this is how I'm going to be cooking them. First, I'll be putting a nice beautiful sear in all of them using a little bit of butter. Once that sear is done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And for that, I'll be using my wireless thermometers. So now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to grill these beautiful steaks. So let's do it. Before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Under Lucky Stars. Check out this amazing gift. It's a beautiful personalized star map showing a unique alignment of the stars in a place and time chosen by you. I chose to remember the 3 million subscriber event. That day was something I will never forget. I had old friends and new ones come to the house to celebrate, and it was absolutely incredible. And I'm thankful that I can always remember that special day with this unique gift. All they need is the location, date and time of the special moment of your choice, and they will create a stunning map of the sky showing the constellation and exact locations of all the stars from your special moment. But that's not all. They also offer a completely customizable gift experience where you can design your star map by choosing from over 15 designs, special messages, and sizes. Under Lucky Star is the original star maps maker, and their proprietary method of locating the stars are verified by NASA's astrophysicists to ensure their accuracy. They are also committed to keeping our skies clear and limit space litter by supporting the International Dark Sky Association. And with Valentine's Day right around the corner, Under Lucky Star is the perfect gift to celebrate that special moment for you and your loved one. They are giving my viewers an exclusive 10% discount to make this Valentine's Day extra special. Go to underluckystars.com/Guga and use the code Guga to get your loved one a unique gift. That's underluckystars.com/Guga and use code Guga or just click the link below. Thank you, Under Lucky Stars, for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful steaks with an incredible side dish. I must say,
looks like a good day.
It looks like a fantastic day.
Well, it doesn't look like a great day, but
true. Okay, so we got a little experiment going on. I want to know your honest opinion. If it's good, bad, or ugly, just let me know. All right? All right, let's go for it. All right, let's go for the first one, guys.
What's up?
Before the storm comes, everybody, and I can hear it. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Oh, man.
That's real nice.
That's real nice.
That's what I'm used to right there.
You know when you have the head shake and you go, that's real nice. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right?
Delicious.
10 out of 10 will recommend. And the rain is coming down, everybody. If it gets too noisy, I apologize.
I think that is a Guga steak right there.
That's right.
Beefy, juicy. Oh my God, I love
Angel?
it. Guga steak, man. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Guga steak through and through.
All right, so that is the control. That's our base on. Let's see if it goes up from here or downhill. Sounds like a plan? And as we are progressing here, the rain keeps getting harder and harder, everybody.
I was so ready to eat it. I had it all the way in my mouth already. Damn, this one smells so good.
I'll be honest with you. It smells amazing, all right?
Smells good.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh my God, come on. I got something to say. What an intense flavor that has.
That tastes amazing, everybody. That's all I can say about that. That tastes amazing. amazing, bro.
That tastes really, really good, but there's a powdery feel to it.
Yeah.
On the crust.
There is a powdery feel to it.
Yeah.
But you tell me it doesn't taste good.
But the flavor is awesome.
It tastes amazing, everybody.
It
What do you
tastes
think?
like-
Has everything the last steak had, but is even better. It's a little saltier, which I personally love a lot. And I do agree with Angel that has a bit of a powdery feel on your tongue.
Yes,
It
there's
does
a
have
reason for
powdery
it.
feel. There's a little bit of a different flavor.
Let's correct that. Not powdery. Dust. A dusty feel.
Dusty.
Okay.
Dusty.
Dusty, whatever, yeah. But I will say that there's also a different flavor in there.
Yes.
At least I got something different from the first one. So there's some
Angel-
different flavors here.
It
We
tastes
all
more
agree that
intense.
it tastes better.
Tastes a little
Give a
better.
pound.
Oh.
It worked, everybody. All right, let's go for the last one because I'm super excited.
No. Guga, you can't put that side dish. I'm gonna have at least one. You promised me one, and I want the one.
We're in a diet, Leo.
The diet can wait until after this one.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
I don't know if Leo's gonna be able to reach. This side dish, it's a one biter, everybody. That way you can get the full experience in your mouth. You guys ready? Let's just go for it, man. All right.
Good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Creaminess, buttery, bacony, cheesy. The potato's super soft.
Yeah.
What else can I say, Leo?
The best part about it, I think, is the potato, how soft it is. Normally, it's almost like a potato skin where it's kind of crunchy and crispy on the outside, but this one, not at all. It's soft and it's chewy. It's like a different kind of platform for all those delicious ingredients on top.
I think the bacon is always the king. I think that the sour cream really gave it all that buttery, creamy feel that you want.
So good.
And then, you know, I took off my green onions. So,
Yeah. Oh no, you took out the green stuff.
you know, I had to do that. So I
Not
removed
surprised.
that. and
Green
it was
stuff
perfect.
hater, everybody. Green stuff
It was
hater.
perfect. It was great. I loved it.
This has a lot of calories, and if you're on a diet, watch out.
Guga, our diet's not all that bad. We take a potato, we wash it down with some steak.
I know you want more side dish and you're throwing away the green onions, but let's go for the last steak because I'm excited, everybody.
Fine,
This
but I'm
experiment
putting it in
is already a success, but I want to know the taste profile of this last one right here. You ready? All right, let's go for the last one, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
different.
That is so good.
I agree.
Phenomenal steak right there.
I think I like this one better.
I agree with you
I think-
100%.
In terms of flavor, at least,
Yeah, for you.
this one has more in-your-face flavor.
You think so?
That it's also a little bit more salty, so maybe that's why. But
Yeah, this one in the middle right here is definitely saltier, but this one, at least
It's
to me,
nice,
has
but-
an umami flavor, like a very umami flavor, like
I
a
get
fish
that.
flavor. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did here. It's a very interesting experiment. I cook a
Let me
steak
have it.
and I make dust out of it. So I season a steak with steak. That's what I did. This one right here is with thyme and garlic, and you normally like thyme and garlic quite a bit.
maybe that's why I like that one more.
This one right here is with mushroom and steak.
Oh, that's why I love
I like that too.
I love mushrooms as well. Leo,
But you
and
know what?
But I also like thyme and garlic.
The thyme and garlic came through more powerful, in my opinion, than the mushroom.
That's because you like
the,
thyme and garlic.
But
Yeah.
the flavor was stronger. Not just the fact that I like it and it's a good flavor. It was just a stronger, more in-your-face flavor.
Yes, you're right that this one is more flavorful. I think it's a little overpowering, and that's why I like the mushroom more, because it's a
What's-
step above
How you gonna
the
overpower
control.
steak with steak, bro?
It's a step above
It's
the
steak.
control.
You
No.
put steak on a steak. It's like the most Guga thing that you
it's
could do.
too
That's
flavorful.
right. That is a true Guga steak, everybody.
That's the Guga steak times 2, bro. That's like, what are you talking about over here?
If you are wondering if you season a steak with steak, does it taste better?
Yep.
Yes.
This was made because of your suggestion, and if you have new suggestions, put it on the comments down below. We will make it happen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything's always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.